Explain briefly on the concept of compound interest and list of formulas that can be used in compound interest. For the answer question 1, about the compound interest. Compound interest is calculated on the principal amount and also on the accumulated interest of previous period and can be said as interest on interest. The interest may be compounded monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annually. S is future value or accumulated amount. P is principal value or initial value. I is periodic interest rate. N is number of interest period in the investment period. I equal Q divide M, N equal M multiply T. Question 2a. Marian deposit 503,000 ringgit into a savings account that earns 12% compounded monthly. How long would it take for the investment to become 8,544 ringgit 80 cents? The answer question 2a to this formula. The formula is S equal P bracket 1 plus I bracket the power of N. The amount of S is 8,544 ringgit 80 cents. P is 5,300 ringgit. I is 0.01. 8,544 ringgit 80 cents equal 5,300 ringgit bracket 1 plus 0.01 bracket the power of 12t. Next, 8,544 18 cents divide 5,300 equal bracket 1 plus 0.01 bracket the power of 12t. And then 1.6122 equal 1.01 power of 12t. And then lot 1.6122 equal 12t lot 1.01. 1.6122 divide log 1.01 equal 12t. Next, 48 equal 12t. 48 divide 12 equal t. For the answer t is 4 years.
Question 2b. Humaira opened a saving account which offered an interest rate at 4% compounded monthly with an initial deposit of 4,000 ringgit. 3 years later, she deposited another 1,000 ringgit into the same account. Determine the accumulated amount 8 years after the first saving and calculate the total interest earned. So for question 2b, we're gonna use formula S equal to P, open bracket 1 plus I, close the bracket and the power of the N. P is 4,000 ringgit, N is 36, I is 0.04 over 12. So 4,000 open bracket 1 plus 0.04 over 12, close the bracket and power of 36. After we calculate the answer for S is 4,509 ringgit 9 cents. Is the amount of investment after 3 years. After that, the question said that Humaira deposit another 1,000 ringgit into the same account. So, we must find a new P. So, 4,509 ringgit 9 cents must plus with 1,000 and the answer for a new P is 5,409 ringgit 9 cents. Is the totally amount of investment after adding 1,000 ringgit. After that, we must find amount at the end of investment with the same formula. So P is 5,409 ringgit 9 cents. N is 60. I is 0.04 over 12. Find N equal 12 multiplication with 5 and we can get 60. Why we multiplication with 5? It is because the total of years is 8 years. So we already calculate the first 3 years. So 8 years will minus with 3 and the answer will is 5 years. So 5,409 ringgit 9 cent, open bracket 1 plus 0.04 over 12, close the bracket, and power of 60. So the answer for the end of investment is 6,604 ringgit 48 cent.
Question 3. Explain in detail the concept of annuity and list the related formulas. Annuity. What is annuity? Annuity is a series of equal payment made at an equal interval of time. For example, is short rental, insurance policy, and installment payment. The first formula that is used in this chapter is to find the future value, which is S. S equals to R, bracket 1 plus I, close bracket, power N, negative I, and then we divide all of that with I to get the S, to get the future value. Okay, R in this formula is the monthly payment, I is the interest rate, which is in percentage, and then N is the number of interest period. To get the interest rate, we have to use the I equals to S minus NR, which S is the maturity value and NR is the total payment. And the periodic payment term must be equal to the frequency of conversion. For example, if the nominal rate is compounded annually, then the periodic payment must be annually too. If the nominal rate is compounded monthly, then the periodic payment must be monthly too. Okay. The second formula used in this chapter is to find the present value, which is A. A equals to R, bracket, 1 minus 1 plus I, and then power N, power negative N, and then we divide all of that with I. R in this formula is also monthly payment, I is the interest rate, and N is the number of interest period. And just like the present value, to find the interest charge, we have to use the I equals to NR minus E, which A is the present value and NR is the total payment. Nadia purchased a car at 150,000 ringgit. She needs the repayment in equal monthly payment over 9 years at 7% compounded monthly. Find the equal monthly payment and the interest charge. Okay, so for this question, we are going to use the second formula, which is to find the present value. Okay, A in this question is 150,000 equals to R and bracket 1 minus another bracket 1 plus I. Okay, as you can see, I equals to K over N. K in this question is 0.07 because the rate is 7%, and then N is 12 because it is compounded monthly. So bracket 1 plus 0.07 over 12, close bracket, power negative 108. And then divide all that with 0.07 over 12. And then we will get 150,000 equals to 79.96 R. So to get the R, we have to move the 79.96 to the left side. So will be R equals to 150,000 over 79.96. And then we calculate that using calculator, and then we will get RM 1,875 ringgit 94 cents. To get the interest rate, we have to use the I equals to NR minus E. N in this question is 108, and then we multiply that with R, which is 1,875.94, and minus that with 150,000. We will get the answer RM 52,601 ringgit 52 cents.
3 years ago, Sarah deposited 1,500 every 3 months into a saving account that earns an interest rate of 9% compounded quarterly. She spent the full balance in the account to make a deposit for her registration at a private university. For B1, find the deposit amount that Sarah paid for her registration at a private university. For B2, find the interest earned from her savings. For B3, upon studying in the university, Sarah obtained a loan of 70,000 at an interest rate of 500 compounded installment over a period of 10 years. Determine the monthly payment amount. So for the question for B1, we should find the deposit amount for her registration. So we use the formula S equal to R bracket 1 plus I power of n minus 1 over I. And how we get the I? So I equal to K over M, and the K is nominal interest rate and the M is frequency of conversation. The frequency of conversation such as annually, quarterly, and so on. How we get the I in this question is 0.09 divided by 4 equal to 0.0225. So next, how to find the N? So the N is equal to M times T. T is mass in the year. So how we find the N in this question? 4 is because quarterly. So times 3, 3 is years. The value of N is equal to 12. So the value of R 1500 bracket 1 plus 0.0225 power of 12 minus 1 over 0.0225. And the value of R 1500 bracket 1 plus 0.0225 power of 12 minus 1 divided by 0.0225. So we calculate that the value of S to 20,403 ringgit and 33 cents. So next, for B2, we must find the interest earned from her saving. So we're gonna use the formula I equal to S minus NR. So 20,403.33 minus 12 times 1,500. So the value of I 2,403 ringgit and 33 cents. So next question for B3, we must determine monthly payment amount. So we're gonna use the formula of A equal to R bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus I power of negative n divided by I. And now we calculate the I and n value first. I 0.05 over 12. So n 12 times 10 equal to 120. And the value of A that question given is 70,000 equal to R bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 power of negative 120 divided by 0.05 divided by 12. So we need to do a bracket first. So after the calculate, we get the value and 70,000 equal to 94.28 R. So the value of R is monthly payment equal to 742 ringgit and 47 cents.